welcome, members of the Wolf Pack. It's your boy Greiwolph, and we're back with another episode of Final Fantasy 16. And this might be the last episode of Final Fantasy 16. Did I say 15? Definitely meant 16. 1 second. I forgot to mute my laptop. Wow. I'm doing a stream. Yeah, this might end up being the last episode of Final Fantasy 16. So while I was off camera, remember we had all those side quests, and I told you, I do all the side quests off camera because although, like I said, I like to show y'all me running around and doing things, it would take entirely too long. Like I said, Valhalla is probably gonna be a super long play, and that's gonna be my filler game. Like I'm gonna play Valhalla as my filler when there's no games to play, or when there's no games that I find interesting to play. Just because they're mainstream games doesn't mean I'm gonna play them. Because I'm not into like Call of Duty, I'm not into games like that, or case may be. Not real big into Diablo and stuff like that. Cause there's games coming out next month, like Baldur's Gate 3, which I might play, but that will also be a very long game. And I just bought Valhalla with all the freaking expansions and all that stuff, where the case may be. So I don't know if I'll go ahead and buy a whole other game. But I don't think there's anything coming out in this August that I want to play. So I'll be filling that gap in with Valhalla. And then come September 6th, Starfield comes out. And Starfield's made by Bethesda. Excuse me. And it's pretty much supposed to be like a Skyrim meets Fallout in space. Like, I don't think there's any magic involved per se. And when I say per se, I mean there's not actually like, I don't think there's actually like fire and stuff like that. I think it's supposed to be like advanced technology, and it's not necessarily magic, but you might have like a suit that can use stuff that will be magic, quotation marks magic, but it's probably gonna be called something else, like a skill or pyrotechnics or something like that. It can be, it's something like your suit, like what's that game called, Dead Space, when your suit can use like the telekinesis powers and stuff like that, because you have the little one. It's probably gonna be something like that on your suit. But then you also have the guns of Fallout and stuff, but with like skills of Skyrim mixed in one, all in space. So, like I said, this is the first game in 25 years that Bethesda's making that's not Skyrim or not Fallout. Which honestly, the way the track record went, every 5 years or so, a new Skyrim came out, and they still haven't come out. Not Skyrim, a new Elder Scrolls came out, and they still haven't come out with Elder Scrolls 6 yet. So, after we get Starfield, I wouldn't be surprised if the year after that we might get a new Elder Scrolls, but at the same time they'll be competing with their own project. So I don't know how that's gonna work. But anyways, that's in September. So before September we'll be playing Valhalla. But before that, we get back to this. I did all those side quests because I didn't want to bore y'all with me running around doing those side quests. Some of those side quests are very, very, very lengthy. Some of them are very intact to the game. Like pretty much all the last side quests are intact to the game. Like, you do stuff to help out Joshua, and you get a new armband and stuff like that. That's basically stronger than the Ouroboros and stuff like that. And then you do a side quest for each one of your companions, their last side quest, or it could be like something for Jill and all that, something for Togo, something for everybody to get them up. That's how you get all the signboards. And then pretty much every side quest you do towards the end gives you one of the curiosities. Because like I said, before we cut off, I had 3 signboards. I still needed 3 more signboards. And I think I still needed 9 more curiosities in order to be done. Or 10 more curiosities in order to be done. I think I said 9 because I think I told you I knew what one of them was. I needed 10, but I knew one of them was. So basically I got the 3 signboards. And then I got something from Jill. I got an old sword from Togo. I got my helmet from my dad, I think it was. Like, so I got a bunch of stuff. And I got the 2 of the last curiosities was I would say the most difficult, and I'll say why I did the most difficult. One of the curiosities was the chronolophs, which I just finished, like not even 10 minutes before starting this video. I just finished the chronolophs, and the chronolophs wasn't like crazy hard. It was hard the first time for some reason, but it wasn't so hard the second time because I started actually reading how you add more time to your thing, and you need to pay attention to that. If you're not paying attention to that and how to sub the music down some, if you don't pay attention, if you're not paying attention to the chronolophs, how it's telling you so you can add more time to your fights, you're gonna fail. Odin's, I was failing like crazy over and over and over. Like that's why I thought, okay, I wasn't gonna do. And Hyperion's, the Phoenix one, I kept failing. It couldn't be. But then I did the Titan one. I did on the first try, and I had a bunch of time left. Like I didn't even know there was time when the last stage, because the way it works is you have 3 stages. You have stage 1 of 1, 1 of 2, 1 of 3. And then you have stage 2 of 1, 2 of 2, 2 of 3. And then you have stage 3 of 1, 3 of 1, 3 of 2, 3 of 3. And then you have a final stage. And you have to build up time for all those, because all the time you build up is going to basically at the end for the final stage is how long you got to fight the final boss, basically. The protector of the trial, basically. I didn't even know that in Titans because I beat everything up so bad in Titans thing that when I got to the final boss, I had so much time that I didn't even know there was time that was there. I didn't figure that out until I did, I think, Shiva's. And theirs was easier. You just, as long as you do everything with it. But anyways, you get that unlocked. You get that. The one that I didn't even know, I thought I had them all, and I was just missing the chronoloph. I went to go look, and I had 2 that I was missing, and I was like, "What the hell? I've done every quest. There's no quest left. There's no quest left for me to get anything else, and the only one I know of that's left is the chronoloph." I had to look it up. There's one that freaking whatchamacallit has. What's her name? Taja, whatever her name is, the medicine chick. This chick over here. Tarja you gotta talk to her, and she gives you a medicine case. And I'm like, what the hell? There was no indication, there was nothing on it. Like, there was no way you'd have known unless you're one of those people that try that just every quest, whatever, after you finish the quest, you just go talk to everybody, go do and try to do everything. Like, how are you supposed to figure some of this stuff out? Like, some of this stuff is like, how? Anyways, I got all the curiosities. I did all the hunting missions. I created the final sword. It's on my back. It actually doesn't look too much different from the Ragnarok. You need the Ragnarok to make the final sword. So if you don't make the Ragnarok, if you don't do all those quest lines with Blackthorn, if you don't do all his quest line, or Blackstone, whatever his name is, if you don't do all his quest line, so you can make the Ragnarok, you cannot make this weapon, the final weapon, which doesn't look too much further from the Ragnarok because it's built on top of the Ragnarok. But got all that stuff done. There's only 4 trophies left in the game. The Platinum Trophy, whatever trophy I get from beating the final mission, all the feats and abilities, which I said I was pretty much going to save for the next playthrough because I'll get way more replay value. But this game is very long. I can get freaking the Final Fantasy trophy, which should have been a trophy, which should have been a difficulty from the start. I'm playing on I guess the middle difficulty, because there's 2 difficulties from the beginning. There's story and there's action. I'm playing on action, which is the harder of the 2 difficulties. But it would just like this should just let me do it. But anywho, got that trophy, the feat trophy. I have. Let's see. Let's go to abilities. I have Titans already unlocked. Bahamut's already unlocked. I have Garuda's unlocked. I have Phoenix already unlocked. Didn't really touch Odin's because 5,000. That's crazy. Odin's thing is gonna be up there. 5,000, and then 3,000 for Snap. Granted, you don't have to unlock these once, but still, that's still 8,000 points with that alone, and that's not even including another 25 for this, and it's probably gonna be 5,000 again for that upgrade here. And this is not even, I haven't even unlocked this at all yet. Same thing with over here with Ramos. I haven't unlocked Ramos at all, and that's 2,300. But I got all the rest of this stuff done because I wanted to use this as my things, and I changed my stuff around too. So I'm not using the Phoenix thing because I never really used the Phoenix thing. So I use Shiva just in case sometimes I switch to Shiva, and I put the fire skills on it, which I love this, and I'm gonna talk about this after I beat the final stage. I'm gonna talk about my wrap up with this stuff. I love the fact that you can put a thing on, but then change the skills. I changed Garuda's freaking gouge to this because this charges up faster and it hits. I'll leave this up because this skill is just great. Just love it. I still got this as Titan. I changed it, but I just don't know what I want to change it because I don't even block for anymore now. Since I have the Berserker ring on, I just dodge because it's just way more OP to just do that. And then I put freaking Rama's thing on the power driver because instead of his other one, his upheave one, because upheave has to charge up and I be getting smacked out of it sometimes. So I changed that from there. But now that I went through all that, I guess we can get started with the. We get started with the main quest. I've been dropping the crap on my controller because my controller is hooked up to the charger. Because you know these PlayStation controllers freaking die quick. I just unplugged it for the first time, and I don't know when. I'm sure the battery on it is atrocious because I've been having it plugged up to the charger for so long. I didn't mean to do that at all. I've been having it plugged up to the charger for so long that it's probably gonna die fast. But these PlayStation controllers don't hold a charge very long. So I usually just leave it plugged up so I don't have to worry about it dying. Let's go ahead to this origin mission. This should be probably the final mission. It's probably gonna be a long mission too. And if it's not a long mission, it's gonna be about. When I say it's gonna be a long mission, it's because there's probably gonna be a lot of cutscenes in it. And that's what's gonna make the mission long. That's what makes this whole game long. It's the cutscenes, which I forgot to put in my wrap up notes about talking about the cutscenes. I'm gonna put it in my wrap up notes right now, so I can speak on that. Cause the cutscenes in this game are crazy. This game is basically a movie. So
Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mid.
We'll see.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
they really talking like I think
Grace,
they know they're about to die.
I shall pray for your safe return.
Like it's just
That's kind of you.
no, it's about to
But
be
you
over.
should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite. Jill.
I wonder if
It's time.
I wonder if he was a baby in jail, like right
It is.
when that one time they had sex. So they probably been having sex a lot after that too.
Take care of him.
Oh, Toggle ain't coming with me? Oh, I'm gonna use so many potions and elixirs on accident that's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
You take care of her too, boy.
Don't forget, Clive.
We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
I know. I love you too.
Now, we have a god to kill.
Here they come! Hold on, Joshua!
Already am.
He's going to make us a way in.
I knew it was gonna be some movie type stuff, and it's probably still a lot more movie type stuff to go. 'Cause I don't remember watching this battle at all, just like the last thing I don't remember. So I know there's gonna be some more cutscene type stuff going on.
So, this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
where it all begins. Our ark. Your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
See, he has Phoenix wings on his, and that's basically what we should have done. Also, I don't know why they didn't combine from the beginning. Bro, look at I did 200-something thousand damage to him, and look at the health it did to him. Nothing. Ifrit, Phoenix, and Bahamut. We're about to fight this dude with 3 people, and he probably still about to give us the hands. 0. Boom. Look at his health, man. Look at his health. Just not moving for him. He's doing 200 and something thousand of damage to this guy. But that's the original vessel. The Ifrit that he has is the original vessel. Was the vessel that he wants, basically. And that he's trying to absorb Clive with so he can complete it. And they showed it once before. They showed a statue of it, I believe it was. But you see his Ifrit looks different than ours, and it's dang, rockets, 47,000 damage. But his Ifrit looks a little bit different, not crazy different. It still looks pretty much just like ours, but obviously it has more attacks for one, and it has actual wings. Which our wings come on us only when we're doing sky battles and we're doing stuff like it. The wings aren't there the whole time. Brother, dude is moving like an anime character. This is an anime fight. Nah, you're not about to hit me with that freaking Rasengan. Giga player.
You will answer.
Oh yeah, that's mega player.
Ifrit, control us.
Bro came out of nowhere.
Joshua, and you will not claim us.
The Hellfire would have blew up. Oh, Hellfire. Oh, we didn't create the Holy Trinity. This man just stuck there, just looking at it. Oh. probably gonna wind up buying me one of them stuff controllers. That's gonna be a lot later. That controller, I think, is like $200 what it is. The regular controller is $60. It's the price of the day on video games, or $80. How much the controller was for? Nah, I already know it's not over. I already know it's not over. I got absolutely nothing for that. I know it's not over. That's just probably the end of the anime fight.
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
That's crazy. Poof! This man freaking teleporting. This man Bojack, when Bojack transformed before Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 and started wrecking his ish. Hellfighter 17, that's what he is. Now he pumping up the spirit bomb.
We have you.
Actually, it's more like Frieza's little freaking annihilation thing. Joshua, you know you can't stop there. Yep, there you go.
Deal. Go! Save your brother!
Yep. It's nice knowing you, Dion. You and that ugly Muhammad. I didn't think about it at first though, but he's also using so much of his power that he's probably gonna turn to stone after
Not
this.
for acceptance. Only forgiveness!
Oh, that's dope. It really is an anime battle. These dudes clashing. The Ultimate probably definitely has way more, but he didn't win. Oh, one of his wings is gone. I didn't even notice that at first. Well, he's done.
Now, Father, it is done.
Yeah, we kind of knew something like that was going to happen. We knew people was going to start dying. Dion just, you was going against Ultima by yourself. I kind of knew that you was going to die from that. And they could have made it, if he is actually dead, they could have made it even more impactful and meaningful in the sense of, like, as he was falling, he should have been turning freaking to stone, basically. Getting all white like freaking, man, what gets white like that? Turning all white like dog poop. When dog poop turns white, that's basically what he was doing. Get oxidized or whatever.
Thank the Founder.
These dudes chilling, like during the whole battle that was just going on.
Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
And Dion.
told you, I'll be...
Dang. That crystal's starting to freaking do some things too.
Come on.
Also, I thought he had Trap Ultima inside the crystal with him. That's in his chest. Now I'm a little confused about what that crystal is and why it's there. Oh, please don't make me have to walk with this nigga.
Press on.
Always.
Now you want to give me control of the game? Ooh. Yeah, one of the trophies I also almost thought I wasn't about to be able to unlock. Like I just didn't know what was going on.
Sorry about Dion.
Don't be.
Was the
He did what he had
This
to
is
do.
Rossfield, or I think it's called something like that. Or there be Rossfield, whatever it's called. This be Rossfield. It's something like that. Whatever. It's the location trophy. There's 68 locations in this game. And you have to unlock all the locations in order to get a trophy. I had 67 out of 68 unlocked.
No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I was looking all over the map
I suppose we are.
for a spot that I did not already. I'm like, bro, I've done every side quest, so I went everywhere the game has to take you because you have to do every side quest in order to get all the locations. Because some of the locations are locked behind side quests.
So cold.
Like especially Togo has one
We're close.
that you have to do that takes you to a different freaking island, basically,
Seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
that you would never be able to get to otherwise. And I'm looking everywhere, and I get to, I think I'm about to do Odin's Chronolog. He was the last Chronolog I had to do. And as I'm looking and about to teleport to Odin's space, I'm like looking at the map, and I noticed that there was a part of the map that wasn't connected. Even though I have the obelisk to teleport to the place that it is, I somehow have not been to that place. But I've been further than that place. It's basically like I've been in my house, but there's a room in my house for some reason I haven't visited. Like there might be a door that I just haven't opened that's in there, but I've been in the whole house already. I just for some reason I didn't open that cabinet up. So I teleported to that place. As soon as I teleported to it, the trophy popped up. It was Edge of Eternity. I teleported to Edge of Eternity, and then as soon as the trophy popped up immediately. I was like, great, got that trophy down. So I heard about it no more.
And ours, as we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber, that together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the Mother Crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Mythos. In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
Joshua.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
Well, to answer my question about the ultimate thing, you can just split this stuff up more and more, and now you just absorb his full thing, so now you're a complete ultima. It's crazy.
Don't speak. Shh.
The destructive flames of Ifrit, and the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be. With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will. I have always been proud to call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive. my brother. Joshua. Look at me. Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation primed, but one task.
Oh, you can't fool me. That's Orochimaru.
To empty.
That is Orochimaru from the Koei games from Orochi Warriors. That's actually freaking Orochi X. That's who it is. When he gets his full power and he trains, you can't fool me. Square Enix. I almost said Capcom. You can't fool me, Square Enix. I know that face. That's Orochimaru's face. Orochimaru. Why am I saying Orochimaru? It's Orochi's face. I keep why did I say Orochimaru the whole time? Orochi. That's Orochi X face from the Koei games. And if you played them, you know what I'm talking about. And now you're gonna look at this and you're gonna be like, oh snap. That is him. When you look at the faces, you compare them. Like that's those. First of all, this is a crazy long cutscene. Joshua was dead, and he didn't give us all his powers. But now we're about to fight Orochi X. So let's do this. Obviously, we're probably gonna win. They don't make too many games in which you lose at the end, you die. But I do believe there is a game that's like that in which you die at the end. Oh, I forgot to equip the freaking Elixir X on, just in case. I don't think I'm gonna die, but I'm sure this battle about to be excruciatingly long. It looks pretty dope.
And always will.
Go ahead, say your oath.
My sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Yeah. The Phoenix's first shield. That would have been dope if that sword would just stayed on fire. Or if you could just do. See, that's Orochi X, bro. Okay, first of all, I'm getting my face. Oh my gosh, I pushed the wrong button. For some reason, I thought I had Toggle. I told you I was gonna do that. I told you I was gonna do that. I was gonna run up using the wrong thing because I'm so used to having Toggle. First of all, what the f is going on with this guy? I am hurting him though, so that's good.
Let's try.
That's what I wanted to do the whole time.
This is the work of my will.
Teleporting so much. I jumped right into it, I think. Oof. Jesus.
Perhaps this will break you.
Yeah, sit down right quick. I'm doing too much. I know he's gonna have to have another stage because right now I'm freaking just putting a little beating on
Countless
them.
centuries have I waited for this.
Granted, I do have the ultimate, the final weapon, not ultimate, but I do have the final weapon, which has 375 attack power.
Find it profaned and so
I think right now I got 521 or 13 physical. Oh, what attack right now? So I have this on. I have the Metal of Might +1, and I have Genji on. The Genji gloves. And the Genji gloves, from what I've read, is supposed to add 5% to all damage against enemies. And from what I looked at, and how I'm taking this, it is literally 5% damage to all damage. Like when I do a skill, oh my gosh, what is that?
And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it.
I have no idea what's going on. I just want skill. I just want skill. Okay, that was just bad. That was just bad. But from what I interpreted from it, it literally means that I've been a lot of movement. It's hard to hit this nigga. His feet won't stop moving. I do 5% extra damage no matter what. Ooh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that means when I do a skill, there should be 5% more damage being done. When I do magic, that's 5%. When I do attack, it's 5%. Like no matter what, there's just 5% added on to it. That's what I interpret it as. Is that what it actually is? I don't know, but I think so. Let's go into the second stage, you know. Look at that face, even the white hair. Orochi X has white hair too. He has that same colored face. The markings aren't exactly the same, so once it zooms in, you can see that it's not the same. But if you see it from a distance, he resembles Orochi X. He doesn't look exactly like Orochi X, but he resembles Orochi X. Orochi X has markings on his face and stuff too, if I remember right. But I think it's more so on the outside. Like his face is clear, but he has like something on his forehead, I think on his cheeks or whatever. He has some marks or whatever. I'll look it up right now. Oh,
I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
That was the same thing your mom used to say to you. I brought you into this world, and I can take you out of this world.
But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking for Orochi X. But I have my wings. No wings.
Have you learned nothing? Damned is the slave who would turn the scourge upon his master.
This man got 6 with him. Gosh, that player. This fight probably won't take forever. Look at this health. You ain't hit me with that again. Oh my gosh, he still got me. He did that one attack and he has more health than I have.
On your knees.
I'll try to dodge this one. The main thing with him is I just don't know what he's gonna do. Like he's doing so much. Like I just have no idea what he's gonna do. Okay. We get it. You're supreme. I don't know what the hell that is. Try to get in. Try to get in. He looks dope. His iffy looks crazy dope. 6 wings. It looks dope. I should be really packing on that thing. What? Oh, he made some final attack thing. Come on. Get in there. Dodge it. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, why did I charge into it? I went right into that attack. Like I was out of it and I charged myself into it. What is this? No! There's definitely a way to dodge it. It's just so much going on that I just couldn't even try to fathom how to dodge it. There's so much happening in this fight. Okay, I did not expect that to turn. Something like I can't dodge while I'm moving. It won't let me dodge while I'm moving like that. It has so much health. I'm taking away. All those were 75,000. Each one of those was 75,000. Not 7,500. 75,000. It's actually my kill. Why didn't it do it? It didn't do it right when I wanted to do it, so I can have that stagger damage on top of it. Okay, this should kill. Alright. Now we probably got that long cutscene.
How is this possible?
No. My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
This dude then went to another stage.
Complete. And you, for your
now you got a freaking Odin Garuda face. This is another battle.
Pain, suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
Oh, I'm fighting him.
I will be done.
Okay, he doing too much. Wow, I'm not hurting him for real. I'm not hurting him for real at all. Was not expecting that. That is crazy. Okay, I still do good damage against him though.
Petulant child.
Oof. I don't know why I didn't expect that. He just attacks so fast. He's so plentiful. Like he's doing one attack and then there's literally another attack right after it. So getting a good breakthrough on him is kind of hard. Like this thing, like how you gonna rain down lightning everywhere like that, but then also immediately do a charge attack. So finding your openings on him is hard. Oh wow, I didn't think of that. Boy, when I stagger you, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
I will crush you.
I don't know how I dodged that first one. I just got a straight punch with it. I love that thing because it charges back up so fast, and I also freaking got the perfect combination with it because as soon as you use those orbs, basically, it pushes you back, and then you can just literally use the Phoenix thing to get you back up there. So like you get the orbs, you fly backwards, and then I can just use the Phoenix thing and fly back forward again, and it just goes like that. Of course, I would get a video message right now.
Gale, unrelenting.
Garuda!
Away, Clive!
Oh, I just called upon some power on somebody. It just seems like it's about to be crazy. Or more anime stuff. Garuda. Ramu! Okay, this stuff better be damaging him. 4,000 damage? That wasn't nothing for real.
Earth unyielding.
Titan!
Titan!
Yo. Two things came to mind right there. One, JoJo Bizarre Adventure. The world. Two, Kenshiro. Hakutoshika.
Nice try.
Oh, I tried to get in there. Oh my gosh.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
Why? I must push the button twice on accident. Because how did I get to that thing? Don't get staggered again, brother. It's gonna be bad juju. You get staggered again. Ain't nothing for nothing. I don't even know, man. Every time he teleports and stuff, it actually makes me lose my lock on top of him. He about to come in there. Bahamut!
That's my boy!
Where's my uncle popping up here for? It should have been Dion's spirit. Yeah, Cloud spirit like that, and then like here should be Gio's spirit. Oof. Oof.
Together!
Yeah, that was Gio right there. I don't know why Byron popped up behind his stuff about to be half up. All this craziness going on is about to be his half up.
Darkness. Unending.
Barnabas about to say something. Odin. Yeah, that
On my side.
Zangatsu, whatever it's called, whatever Odin's attack is called, is ridiculously strong. When you get the level charged to the highest level,
Mine is the altar at which you pray.
Which I think is level 5, but you can. I haven't leveled it up all the way, so it might be actually a little bit stronger than that. I think it's level 5 is the highest level, but you use that on something, wiping them, especially with dancing blades too. That's Odin. Once I used that, Odin's freaking trial. Whoa, whoa, was kind of whoa, whoa. Okay, okay.
Witness my creation.
He we got all his stagger gauge. And I keep thinking I'm at my third one, which I should have been at. There's so much going on. So much. Whoa! Alright. Yeah, you dope. Yeah, you dope. Yeah, you dope. I never been behind giving people their props like that was just straight up dope. I'm glad his meteor is not like freaking the Behemoth's meteors. I mean, it kind of is, but it ain't at the same time. Sit down right quick.
When all hope is burned away, naught will remain but ash.
I don't really know what that is. I do know if I dodge into it, I'll be fine. That was one of the tips I picked up from way on in the beginning. That somebody was like, when you're dodging, dodge into the attacks. It makes it easier to actually get the counters.
We are without equal.
You see how fast that satellite thing is coming back, or whatever it's called? I don't remember the name of the attack, to tell you the truth.
Let's try. There is no escape.
This is crazy. Like, this whole battle is just fucking madness. Nope, I just wasted all of that stuff because here we go. Come on, bring the Phoenix out. Phoenix.
Me, Phoenix.
Man, get your fucking hands off me. Ultimus.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher.
I do not need you or anyone.
And that is where we are different. I could not have made it here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign.
I cannot end. magic is but a fantasy!
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness. I said... it's over!
How'd you know Ippo? Punch right there with him. How'd you know Ippo? Got him.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
That's an ugly baby. That's Joshua. Joshua was an ugly baby.
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along.
But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me.
Cutscene moment. Trailer moment. This is one of the trailer moments. If you remember, he did this thing.
These are our terms.
Seems like Clive tried to reset the world. Like he said, his body still couldn't hold all Ultima's power, and it probably was going to kill him. So he used the power to basically set the world straight to do what he wanted to do from the beginning. Because if you remember right, Sid wanted to create a world in which everybody could basically like live equal or live free, and Clive wanted to create a world where everybody could basically die free. And I think now he's probably has done that, because you see he's turning to stone now. He's dying off, hair turning white and everything. He basically used, which is crazy that it's crazy that he finally made it with Jill, told Jill he loved him, survived all of this. And I don't know how much longer he would have survived with Ultima's power in him. It probably could have killed him pretty quick. That's probably why he used it. But at the same time, you just sacrifice yourself to change the whole world, to not come back to Jill, to not come back to what you want, what you were supposed to be doing, what you were doing. Like you let all of that go. And yeah, you saved the world, but you let all of that go. And I'm a utilitarian, which basically means like I believe in the sacrifice of myself for one, for the greatness of many.
He is, isn't he?
So I'm not saying what he done is wrong, because I probably would have done the same thing. But I would have done it if it 100% had to be done. Is what I'm getting at. Like I would have waited till almost like the last minute. Like, oh snap, I can feel my life about to fade away. I still got all this power, and it's been 10 years since we've killed Ultima. Now I'll use this. But I can also see him wanting to change the world, because that's what he wanted to do in general. So let me go ahead and say, oh, we see a little red star in the sky. Thunderstorms coming back. It stopped raining for 2 days, and now I looked up at the sky today. I'm in the Philippines, and I looked at the sky today, and the sky was just dark clouds coming. Those 2 days that it rained, and it's crazy, because it'll be like, all right,
If you need a rest,
not raining. The dark clouds will be in the sky, but it'll be like, okay, not raining. Then it'll go over, and it just like heavy rain, and then it'll stop doing the heavy rain, do a little bit of light drizzling, then heavy rain. And it just kept doing that off and on, to the point where when I went outside, the streets was literally flooded, because there's like it's like little ponds off the road. The ponds was filled all the way to the top, like overflowing into the street, to the point where the main roads were literally flooded with water up to like my ankle. Is what was happening in that from the roads. Which when you think about it, like, oh, that's not a lot of water. Like you're right, but it's a lot of water when it floods the streets. Like that's still a lot of water. The streets are literally flooded. Like there is no, you cannot see the road at all, because it's just water taking over the whole thing. It's not flooded to the point where the cars starting to flood away, but it's flooded to the point where cars are still trying to, some of the cars are slowly driving through where it's gonna be. And that was me towards my ankle. That was a light part. And it was probably above my ankle, but that was a light part. I just seen the thundering out here. I'm waiting for my food to get here and get some pensit. Yeah, like I'm on vacation over here in the Philippines. So I don't know when I'm gonna 100% this, but I'm gonna 100%. The best thing for me to do would literally be to jump back into New Game Plus and freaking just start going through it.
Did our journey end?
But I just don't know if which was Arrow, I think it was, in most of the other games. So I can only cast Arrow with Garuda. When freaking the Phoenix, I can only cast Fire. Same thing with freaking when I'm Rama, I can only cast Thunder. When I'm freaking Titan, I can only cast an Earth Blast. I think it was called Terra in the game. But Sona, Shiva, Blizzard, like you get what I'm getting at. You can only cast spells. Final Fantasy was big on having Fire, Fiera, Figera. And then same thing, Blizzard, Blizzera, Blizzera, Thunder, Thunder, like that has been going through all the Final Fantasies, and that's one of the things I think makes Final Fantasy a staple, was having those, and you took it away. And then nobody can use Cure. I can only cure with potions. The only person that can use Cure was the Phoenix with Kurega. And I kind of get it, it's the Phoenix's rebirth, so it can heal and stuff, but it's like, I couldn't use heal at all. Like, I feel like, I had the Phoenix powers. Come on now, like, those little things. And then you also made it so that there's no weakness system in the game, in the sense of, we all do the same amount of damage. If I do 350 damage, or we'll say my charged attacks did 1,087 damage on Earth, on a fire monster, and then I shoot that fire monster with fire, I still do 1,087 damage against it. And most of the other Final Fantasies, you shoot a fire monster with fire, it's gonna heal them. I shoot a fire monster with ice, it's gonna hurt them more. But nope, still did the same amount of damage, 1,087 damage. It still do the same amount of damage. Don't understand why they did that. That was another element of this game. Alright, side quests. Side quests in this game are just crazy. There's so many side quests in this game, and then they take you down so far rabbit holes, and it's just so much going on with the side quests. Some of them are just like and then some of them build up and they need some. But the side quests make you do so much back and forth, like a whole bunch of games do back and forth, but it makes you do so much back and forth and so much like, just why am I doing this type deal. Like, I was really only doing the side quests for the trophy and the renown I need to get from it, and the AP you would get from them, and the experience you would get from it. Like yeah, I get those things from them, but it's like, what am I, like, the hunts would have been a good, like, if the hunts was just a side quest, that would have been great. Like, they could have did hunts and then like mercenaries or something like that, or bounty hunters, bounties is whatever it is, they should have done. So whenever I'm hunting a human, it's a bounty. When I'm doing a monster, it's a hunt, and that would have been pretty dope if they would have just did that. All right, next thing I got up here is character design. I don't know why I got level design, but I got character design up here. The character designs of the characters was pretty good. Yeah, I like it a lot. Like, all the characters look pretty good. I think Barnabas might have been the weakest looking dude, because I'd expect Odin's freaking. He was, don't get me wrong. He was strong as hell, like when he was fighting and stuff. But his character, per se, the facial features of his character and stuff was not like menacing at all, or it wasn't like, oh yeah, that's Odin. Like, he, like, Titan was Titan. Like, you can tell, like, okay, yeah, that's Titan. But Barnabas was like, that's Odin? Like some regular dude with a tree, I would have never known that was Odin. But he does have a very stoic personality about him, because he really believed in that he was changing the world. Ultima really twisted his mind. I think he was probably one of the most messed up characters in the game, because he was so twisted to thinking that he was actually right in the world and doing well and doing goodness, because Ultima twisted his mind so bad that he was just broken as a person. But you see how undefeated and mighty he was. Like I said, for 40 years he was conquering stuff and freaking undefeated, and then we come along. I got level design up here, but I'm not sure why I have level design up here. I'm not even sure at all. I think I'm going to type something in wrong. The enemies is my next thing. The enemies in this game are just repetitive. It's just the same enemies, which Final Fantasy does a lot, but they change the colors of them, and they just name it a little bit. But it's the same enemies, the same attack schemes. It's like, and it wasn't super horrible, but I just thought there was gonna be more. Like, there was no cactus in this game. I didn't see a single cactuar in this whole game, which is usually in the game. There's no thornberries in this game, which are usually in the game. So they could have put a lot more of the regular monsters that's in the game into the game. They did add some new stuff to the game, but yeah, and then with some of the hunts, like, wow, I'm getting basic material from hunt monsters. I just hunted a dude that just took me forever to kill just to get meteorite. Like, for real, I get meteorite from anything. Give me only special. I should know every single hunt should have been special stuff. Should have been a piece of equipment or a special material or something like that. None of these should have been basic materials that I can get from anything literally from the world, basically. Because I can get meteorite from the world walking around. I can get some of this ash stuff like from the world walking around, and you was giving me this stuff as rewards for my hunt, which was crazy. And then my last thing is the cutscenes. This game is a movie, basically. There are so many cutscenes in this game. Every side quest has a cutscene. Every quest has at least 3 or 4 cutscenes, and that's what really makes the game long. It's the cutscenes, and you can skip through them. Because I definitely did on some of the side quests when I was playing. I was just skipping. Like, bro, I don't even care what's going on. Because all I did was win in battle, and then just I'm skipping. Some of I didn't skip because it seemed like it was very important. But it's like when it's like little miscellaneous quests, whatever, I'm like, nah, skip. I don't care about this. Skip. Like, and some of the things, it was like I had to skip 4 cutscenes on one of them just to get to the end. I'm like, yo, that was crazy. Like, and that probably all the cutscenes probably would have at least been 20 seconds a piece. And I'm like, that's crazy. You just suck a minute or 2 minutes out of my life just listening to people ramble on and stuff. And some of them probably was long. Like you've seen, like even that last battle was just basic cutscenes, anime fight central. There's just so many cutscenes in the game, but I also should expect that from JRPGs. Like I've said before, the huge difference when to me, and I also need to Google it to see what the actual difference is with JRPGs and regular RPGs, but the huge difference to me with JRPGs is they're big on lore. JRPGs are huge on lore. And so they do a whole bunch of lore type stuff and a whole bunch of bringing you in with the characters and a whole bunch of like character bonding type things, stuff like that. So that's what I believe. But I'm gonna look that up and see what the actual difference is on them. Wow, but logs, RPGs. The most obvious answer to what the difference between JRPGs and RPGs is region these games are developed in. Well, obviously, the typical RPG is used to refer to a Western game and or blanket term for the genre. A JRPG then is anything developed in Japan, aka Japanese role-playing game. Obviously, we already know that, but there has to be there's a difference between them, because most of the RPGs I play in that are Western, I feel like they don't focus super heavy on lore, and I feel like JRPGs do focus very, very heavy on lore. Trying to see if there's something different. Everybody going to the Ordrum. It's saying that in Western, one of the differences is the RPGs in the Western are very open world, and the RPGs in the JRPGs are kind of linear. They follow a path that you have to go down, which I can see being true too. Like there's a certain path you have to go down. Like you got to go do this, and it just takes you to these worlds where the kids gonna be in, these missions where the kids gonna be in. It also says that a lot of Western RPGs, you create a hero, you create a character. A lot of JRPGs, you're stuck with a certain character, which is true too. Which is very true. You're just stuck with a character that's made from the game. It also says that the plots in JRPGs, they create worlds in which their adventures take place. And for this reason, decision making is practically non-existent in JRPGs because they already have the world set out. And in a lot of RPGs, like Mass Effect stuff, like you can make decisions that alter how the world's gonna go. Yeah, that's a good breakdown in what she was doing. It talks about the gameplay too, with the fighting and stuff like that. That's some good differences that I really didn't even notice. And there was one other thing. Oh, one other thing I wanted to gripe about was the costumes. Come on, man. I already talked about it in one of my videos. And there probably will be, like I said, there'll probably be some DLC with some cosmetic stuff. But I think some cosmetic stuff should have been part of the early access and part of the game in general. Like, I should have been buy cosmetic, you know, I should have been buy costumes for Clive and Jill and Togo and stuff like that. Like, I should have been to buy costumes for people so they can put other costumes on. Like I said, it probably will be in the DLC, something that we can do. But I feel like it should definitely be something, especially when young Clive obviously had a different uniform. Cool. Then when you first get Clive, he has the Imperial freaking uniform on. Cool. We get a new uniform once we find Clive's dad's freaking, like, his stuff. We get a new sword and like new bracers and new freaking belt, and then a whole new uniform once not Martha, but once freaking old girl gives us our dad's old stuff. Then we do another time skip, because we did a what it was 15, we did a 13-year time skip, and we had the Imperial armor on and changed it to different armor. Then we did a 5-year time skip and had the exact same armor on. Our hair got slightly longer, and that's it. And we lost our bearer mark. It's like, come on now, 5 years has passed and nothing has changed in that sense. 5 years has passed and no one has quit Sid, quotation marks, with the same uniform on that he's been wearing for 5 years. Like, I felt like something should have definitely changed for that. Like, I feel like it would have been, that was the perfect opportunity for him to grow like a full beard, or just go straight clean shaven, but to grow his hair out and like do like a straight up freaking ponytail, flapping in the back, basically. Like, not always ponytail, but like, you know, they do the ponytail on the top, and then they have the hair just laid out in the back, whatever the case may be, like a little half ponytail. Would have been dope for Clive. Like, he would have had the little half ponytail or even longer hair, and then like even like a full face beard instead of his scruff that he is rocking around. Like, I feel like there's some opportunities missed, and then the whole uniform, I feel like should have changed as well. But that's just me on that part. I'm about to go ahead and skip the rest of this, because I don't think anything else is gonna happen. I just needed some time to rant without something taking place that I'll be talking over. But that's just my gripes on the game. But all in all, great game. Great game. Easily in my top 5 Final Fantasies. And I don't think it's number 5. Nah, it's definitely not number 5. No matter what, Final Fantasy Tactics will always be my number 1. But as they come out with a new Final Fantasy Tactics, the original Final Fantasy Tactics for PlayStation, will be my number 1 Final Fantasy forever. Because there's just so much greatness that was with that game. The job changing system and all that stuff, which I think Final Fantasy IV or something had that too. But I never played those, so I can't say that. And I don't even know. I'm probably talking about the wrong one. But Final Fantasy Tactics, when you can change your jobs and you can do everything, like, it was just such a good game. And like I said, Final Fantasy Tactics is the Final Fantasy that got me into Final Fantasy. For most people, some people played Final Fantasy 7 was the first one they played. Nope, Tactics was the first one I played, and it was good enough with those graphics, those 2D graphics, that it got me into playing Final Fantasies. And then 7 was the second one I played. And 7 I wasn't even crazy about. Like, I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. And then 8 was after that, and I loved 8. I loved 8 more than I loved 7. And then 9 was after that. And 9 I liked too, but I liked... So my old order used to be Tactics, 8, 10, 9, and then 15. Now we're doing Tactics, 16. How are we gonna do Tactics? Then 16. I think we'll do 10, then 8, and then probably 15 as number 5. we'll bump 9 out of there. I like Zidane a lot, and I like 9, but we'll bump 9 out of there, and we'll just go with that. But, yep. Please feel free to speak your piece on what you thought about the game and stuff. I would love to hear what y'all thought about the game in those YouTube comments for y'all. YouTube, again, like and subscribe for that too. I really appreciate that. But I can fast forward this. I could have been holding the X button the whole time. We'll just fast forward because there might be something at the end, not like a piece of equipment, nothing like that, but it might be like a special things or another cutscene. Like I said, this game already has a lot of cutscenes, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's another cutscene towards the end. Also, Gav is a real man. Stepped up, take care of that kid that's not even his kid. Nope, there's some type of cutscene or something. It's a good thing I didn't.
Oh. Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother. Come on. If only I had the flames for an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry! Hurry! All right.
Yep, so it looks like Clive's freaking dream came true. This is probably like way after. It almost seems like the world has been reset, but this is probably way after Clive made his choice in Ultima and all that stuff happened. Oh, yep, Joshua Rossfield. So then Final Fantasy. Wow, he named the book Final Fantasy.
Right, I'm the older brother. Because Bahamut says so.
But yeah, this is probably like way obviously because Joshua Rossfield did make a book, so this is probably way after that, to the point where, but there's one journey, but where one journey ends, I don't know what I said, but where one journey ends, another one starts, probably another one begins, or whatever that saying is. Boom, Fallen Star, got that trophy. Create game clear data. Okay. Alright, that's the end. New Game Plus is now available from the title screen. This option allows you to start a new game with player and item data carried over from a previous completed playthrough. The gameplay mode Final Fantasy is also now available for exclusively with New Game Plus. Alright, so Final Fantasy gameplay mode offers the following: increased enemy strength, an increased player level cap 100, new gear and items, mode exclusive content. This mode is recommended for players who wish to test their limits. Now, when it says new gear and items, it really ain't like crazy new gear. Like, if I remember right, there's not any new gear. It's the same gear, just higher levels of it. Like, I think now you can go to level 4, because at first you were going to level 2. Now you can go to level 4 with the gear. And I think one of the only new pieces of gear that's in the game is the ultimate weapon. So in order to get the ultimate weapon, you need the level 2 freaking weapon that I have now, the final weapon, and you get another one. And then you combine those two together and you can make the ultimate weapon, which actually looks different. I think it looks like it's white with like a blue blade that's like an energy blade or something like that. But that's it for Final Fantasy, man. We finished it. Finished it up. It was a great game. I'll probably pop into the New Game Plus and see what goes on from there, and we'll run that. Appreciate y'all sticking around for the entire journey. We actually finished before 30 videos. 29 videos is what we finished in, which was not that long. And I probably could have finished it a lot earlier if I would have stuck with like doing like 4-hour videos or something like that crazy. But great game. Appreciate y'all sticking along. For y'all on YouTube, like and subscribe. Tell your buddies, leave a little comment. You know, run it up like I keep saying. Because when I come up, y'all come up. We all come up. We all gonna eat. Appreciate it, baby. Greiwolph out.